What's up, everybody? It's Specs, and today we are going to be talking about my Week 5 matchup against the England Ampharos. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about this man's team first, and boy, does he got a decent one going up. First off, we got Mew, by far one of the best mons you can draft, just because of how versatile it is. 100 in all base stats means it can run. Okay, 100 in all base stats plus a very, very deep move pool means you can run essentially whatever the hell you want, which means this mon can do you can do whatever you want. It's very versatile. Do whatever you want. You can run like Nasty Plot, like Psychic and Aura Sphere. You can run physical with Dragon Dance or Swords Dance. It's got Calm Mind. It's got Bulk Up. It's got probably got agility. Yeah, it's got agility. It's got any coverage moves you want. Like Brave Bird, Aura Sphere, Psychic, Blaze Kick, probably gets Ice Beam somewhere in here. It literally has whatever coverage you really want, and it's really, really hard to predict exactly what your opponent's gonna do with it. It's too hard. And even besides the offensive coverage moves, it's got so much utility. It's got Taunt, it's got Teleport, Tailwind, Toxic, Wisp. U-turn, I don't know, literally. And then in terms of hazards, Stealth Rock, Spikes, Toxic Spike, this thing knows everything. You cannot predict the Mew unless you're a god. So yeah, essentially Mew is just way too unpredictable, and it can run way too many sets, which is why it's one of the best mons you can draft in any sort of format. In terms of weaknesses, its ability is okay. Honestly, it's really, really good in draft format. It might get outclassed by other psychics in Smogon or whatever, but in terms of draft, there's literally nothing you would want more than such a versatile Pokemon. Yeah. Next up, we got Mega Diancie, a very, very scary Mega. It's very good offensively. It's got Rock and Fairy coverage is already really good, but then you combine that with the moves it got this generation. So it's got Earth Power and actually, it had Earth Power last gen, but it got Mystical Fire this generation, which is such important coverage for it because it's hard to hit some Steel Flying types without it, but now you have that tool that's super effective, and that's really good for it. It's got other sets as well. You can run Substitute Endeavor. I know people ran that in the past. You can run Stealth Rock, obviously, is a good one. Rock Polish as well if you want to go for the sweep. Overall, very, very good Pokemon. You could even try running Body Press on this. Because Diamond Storm plus Body Press is pretty good because Diamond Storm can give you the chance to get the +2 defense, and the Body Press obviously would benefit a lot from that. But yeah, very solid. Diancie Mega is a very solid Mega. It's got a little bit of utility as well with Magic Bounce, being able to bounce back any hazards or status or anything like that. So very good at that as well. Next up, we got Aegislash. Very versatile mon offensively. So and looking at his stats, obviously, for those of you who don't know, Stance Change is Aegislash's only ability, and what it will do is that if Aegislash goes for an attack, its defenses will switch into its attacks. So its defense will become its attack, and its special defense will become special attack. So basically, that in conjunction with King Shield, which will revert Aegislash back into defense form and give it back its regular defenses, essentially gives them on 140 in all of these stats in attack, defense, special attack, and special defense if you know what you're doing, which effectively makes Aegislash base 680 if you know what you're doing. Of course, obviously it's not always like that. But yeah, scary offensive stats, and they got nerfed from Generation 7, which its defenses were base 150 actually, and then yeah. But anyway, besides that, you have Flash Cannon, you have Shadow Ball, which is already good coverage, and then that in combination with fighting coverage is also really good as well. Yeah, so you can run both. I already said Flash Cannon and Shadow Ball, so those are the special moves. You can also run Steel Beam if you want. And then in terms of the physical side, you have Close Combat, you have Shadow Claw, Iron Head. Honestly, its stab moves on the physical side are a little bit disappointing, but that's fine, honestly. And because it gets Sword Dance, it gets Shadow Sneak. You can't use Pursuit in this game. In our draft league, because we disallowed Generation moves that were cut from Generation 8. But yeah, Shadow Sneak helps with its speed issue a little bit. Yeah, and it gets Sword Stance as well, blah blah blah. And then there's also the Toxic Substitute set. So that one is basically just trying to be a special defense wall. You know, Toxic, Substitute, Flash Cannon, or Shadow Ball, and then maybe Shadow Sneak at last. Help to like whittle down stuff like Mana Bows or whatever. Anyway, next up, we got Komodo. Also a very versatile Pokemon. It's got a wide array of offensive sets, such as Clangorous Soul. You can also use Bulka, Dragon Dance, and there's even Belly Drum as well. So a lot of stuff there. With the Clangorous Soul set, you can either run physical or special. Generally, the preferred is special because Clangorous Soul will activate Throat Spray, since it's a sound-based move, and Throat Spray will give you an extra +1 special attack on top of the Clangorous Soul boost, which means special is generally better if you want to run Throat Spray. And you know it's got a good special move pool. You know, it's attack and special attack are pretty similar, so not to worry about there. You know, you can run Focus Blast if you want to, but you know, signature move, Playing Scales, obviously very good on it. Boom Burst, Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, whatever you want really. So yeah, very good offensively, and then defensively, it is a great rocker. It's good defense and body press. It's already gonna be hitting super hard, and you know, Stealth Rock is obviously a good mod. It's obviously a good mod to put rocks up. Unfortunately, it loses its niche from Generation 7 OU as an offensive Stealth Rocker because No More Z moves. So Combolium Z plus Stealth Rock made it a very good offensive rocker, but you know, obviously no More Z moves, so unfortunately can't do that anymore. And yeah, but yeah, Komodo is very good. Next up, we got Rotom Heat, Electric Fire, obviously really nice. It's got that Levitate, which means its 4 times weakness to ground is, for the most part, not a factor. Those Pokemon with Mold Breaker, Earthquake, or tricking it like an Iron Ball or whatever will negate the effects of Levitate, but you know. In more normal circumstances, you're good. You know, this thing is a very good, solid pivot. You know, Electric Fire has a good amount of resistances you can use, and its general bulk as well makes it a nice pivot. So, you know, Volt Switch, Overheat, Toxic, Pain Split, something like that would be a good set. You can also run Defog on it, and if you want to go offensive with it, you also have Nasty Plot as well. Yeah. It's also got a Trick Scarf set, or Trick Specs if you want to run that. You know, that can help cripple walls, and obviously it has Will-O-Wisp, which is also decent. Alright, next up, we got Tangela. A very, very bulky Bond. You might think, like, how is it bulky with these stats? But, you know, since it's not fully evolved, it gets to use Eviolite, and that makes its HP and defense skyrocket. Well, it makes its defense skyrocket up. I don't know if it's actually more bulky physically than Tangrowth, but I don't know if it is. Maybe it isn't. Because Tangrowth has more HP and more defense too, so I don't know. I would have to do counts for that. But anyway, Eviolite plus Regenerator, which is by far one of the best abilities in the game, lets it become a very nice bulky wall, or more so a tank, because it has decent attacking power as well on the special side. You can run Giga Drain. It's got pretty much the same moves as its evolved form, except for no Earthquake, which kind of sucks. But you know, Giga Drain, Knockoff, Sludge Bomb. I don't think it gets Focus Blast either. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, it's got Leech Seed too, and obviously Sleep Powder and Stun Spore are the main draws here. Being able to spread status pretty easily. So yeah, take a look at a very good mod here. Next up, we got Manaphy. Unfortunately for Manaphy, since we are not allowing cut moves from Generation 8 in this draft league, Manaphy does not have access to Tail Glow, which is basically its main draw as a Pokemon, unfortunately for it. That being said, there are some redeeming qualities to Manaphy. You know, it's a very nice bulky pivot because, you know, very solid stats, obviously. Same as Mew, it's got base 100 and everything, and a mono water typing makes it pretty solid defensively. You got Scald, you got, you know, Knockoff if you want to run that, you got U-Turn for pivoting, and you got decent coverage, as I said, you know, water moves, but you also got Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and Psychic, and Ice Beam. So yeah, pretty solid on the special, pretty solid in terms of coverage. Unfortunately, you know, no Tail Glow really hurts this mon. But you know, you gotta work with what you have. Rain Dance is also an option on main fee because of hydration. You can kind of use it as like a you can use it as a status absorber if you have Rain Dance with hydration. So yeah. And then oh yeah, one more thing. Like with hydration and in rain, you can run rest, and then that will cure you. It's basically a full heal. So it's a better during the rain. It's a better like soft boiled or whatever. So yeah. Next up we got Licky Licky. Very solid wall. Very good stats overall, honestly, except for speed. Well, it's attack and special attack are kind of lacking as well, but you know, very solid defensively. Good HP, good defenses. Um, Unfortunately, not many good abilities, but you know, you can run Oblivious, so you can't get taunted, which is really nice for it. Yeah, the main draw to this Licky Licky is Wish. So Wish and Heal Bell. So Wish will obviously you can pass that health onto other Pokemon, and then Heal Bell also can cure status on your entire team. Also got access to knockoff. Getting rid of items is always a good thing. Yeah, so the basic set will probably be like Toxic, Knockoff, Wish, Protect, something like that. But you know that's not the only thing you can use. You know, if you find the good matchup for it, you know you can run Curse and you can run like Body Press or Body Slam, and it's got a wide move pool like most normal types do. So you know you can experiment with it a little bit. It's kind of like Hydro Pump, for example. That's a good one. Sword Dance as well as another setup option. Oh yeah. Next up we got Skunk Tank. Pretty solid lower tier mon. Decent attack, decent HP, middling stats for the rest, but you know it's okay. You know you got Aftermath, which is a pretty nice ability, being able to KO any Pokemon or like do good damage to any Pokemon who kills you with a contact move. Really nice. You know it can defog as well, which is really nice for it. It's Foul Play, it's got Poison Jab, but you can even run Setup as well if you wanted to. It's got Nasty Plot, which does not boost its better attack stat, but you can try something with that if the situation calls out for it. And it's got like stuff like Memento as well. Unfortunately, it does not get knocked off, but you know a bunch of other mons on his team does. Unfortunately, it's not Stab on them, but you know it's okay. It's got Sucker Punch. You know, it's pretty good. All right, last up we got Diglett. Yeah, I mean, Arena Trap is allowed in our league, but unfortunately Diglett is a little hard to use offensively. Base 55 attack is nothing to brag about, and base 95 speed is not that great either. Obviously Doug Trio, its evolved form, but it's a lot better at trapping. But Diglett can trap stuff like Heatran, has just enough attack to do something like that, and it can even trap Tyranitar with Focus Sash plus Reversal. So yeah, it has its niches there, and it can also get up rocks as well. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not that good. Unfortunately, it has no fault to its own though, because I mean it's just got bad stats. If it was Doug Trio, it'd be good. Anyway, so that's his team overall. Overall, I was kind of feeling like he would definitely bring his first four mons: Mew, Mega Diancie, H/Famo. Spoiler, I actually did end up predicting both of its sets. So I predicted Specs Aegislash, Cosmic Power, Store Power Mew. I was expecting a Rock Polish Diancie Mega, and I was expecting Defensive Komoa with Ice Punch. So like Stealth Rock, Body Press, Ice Punch, and Toxic I think was the whole thing I had. And then the last ones I had were Specially Defensive Licky Licky with Wish, obviously. And then the last one I thought he was going to bring was Rodent Heat, but I did get that one wrong. And in retrospect, he probably wouldn't have brought Rodent Heat now that I thought about it. But yeah, his last one ended up being Skunk Tank, which was a decent bring on his part too, because I have a Hoobomb Bound, which is and Skunk Tank can either resist or be immune to both of Hoobomb Bound stabs. So it's pretty good pick. All right, so based on that, I decided to make this team. So first off, we got a Swords Dance Landorus. Basically, just kind of wanted it to be like decently bulky, but at the same time still be an offensive threat. So I kind of ran like a max HP, max speed spread with some attack investment. So it's a little bit threatening. At the same time, still has enough bulk to switch in and take hits. Earthquake and Stonehenge is good enough coverage for most of his team, and then I got U-turn last just to like fake the I'm a defensive Lando type of thing. Next up, we got Bronzong. We have it as heat proof instead of levitate, just because he has a lot more threatening fire moves that I was worried about. So yeah, Bronzong here is our rocker, and then we got Gyro Ball, Earthquake, and Psychic. Gyro Ball is basically just for Mega Diancie. Earthquake was for Aegislash, potentially trying to get a free switch in onto Bronzong, and the last move, Psychic, was for Komodo. Next up, we got Rotom Wash, just a basic, specially defensive Rotom Wash, you know, Toxic, Voltage, Hyperpump, Pain Split. Very basic, not much to say about it. Next up, we got Beedrill Mega, basically just fast enough to outspeed the fastest one in his team, which is Mega Diancie. And then I just ran U-Turn, Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Toxic Spikes. Yeah. Next up, we got a Scarf Hoopa. Again, just enough speed with the Scarf to be outspeeding Mega Diancie. And this one, basically, the main point of the Scarf was just to trick it off onto, hopefully, the Mew, so that once it get locked in, I get that free Nasty Plot, and then I can start Dark Pulsing and Psychicking and, like, ripping holes in his defensive, defensive walls. So yeah. Last up, we got Metrodome Kyurem. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It has a lot of Spadef, because if you look at this team and Specs Aegislash, like Specs Aegislash just gets a kill every single time. My only real option is to go into something like Kyurem, or like something that's bulky enough to take the Shadow Ball and threaten it out. And with Earth Power, Kyurem can threaten it out. And usually he won't be clicking Flash Cannon because I actually I have 2 resists to it, so you know, clicking Flash Cannon makes no sense compared to clicking Shadow Ball. Hopefully, at least initially. And then so you know my Kyurem can get in there, roost up because he probably shouldn't stay on Earth Power or substitute, and blah 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 blah, all that type of stuff. I just ran enough speed to be like faster than like a modest Rotom Heat, I think, something like that, or just no speed, max speed here, Rotom Heat. Okay, so next let's move on to the battle. Sorry, I had to switch sources there. All right, so looking at the lead, basically I think I don't remember which mon I led. I think I led either Lando or Rotom Wash, and the main reason why is because I think I led Lando in this turn. So basically, my theory was okay, either Lando or Rotom Wash. So basically, I just wanted to threaten Diancie as much as possible. So anything that could lead off should be able to threaten Diancie. Make sure if it's the rocker, it doesn't get up rocks or anything like that. You know, all that type of stuff. Yeah, so both Rotom and also Bronzong as well could threaten Diancie on the lead, but you know, in case it didn't lead Diancie, Lando has a very good matchup here. There's no Earthquake immunities, which is something I probably should have. He did have Rotom Heat, but other than that, no Earthquake immunities, and he didn't bring any here. So you know, Earthquake is looking really good on Lando's part, and then something like Rotom Wash as well has decent coverage around his whole team as well. So. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I led Lando here, and I think he was able to... Oh, I'm going to turn off the music. I'm so sorry. So I lead Lando off of the Kamo. So here, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I'm pretty sure he has Ice Punch, so I'm going to go Scout for it. And I just go into Rotom Wash. No, I go to Bronzong here, just to get up rocks as soon as possible. He goes for the Ice Punch, and so now I know he has Ice Punch. And I see based on the damage from U-turn, I know he's defensive as well. So I got that completely right, basically. So good on me. I'm just gonna get up rocks here. He Mega Diancie hasn't Mega Evolved yet, so Magic Bounce isn't a factor, so I can get up rocks for free. But now he brings in his Aegislash, so basically have to go Kyurem. So I know he's gonna Shadow Ball because like look how free it is against my entire team. Kyurem does have enough special defense to take it, though. He goes to Licky on this turn, while I get up Substitute, because I predicted he was going to switch. And I just get up the Roost here. Goes for Dragon Tail, it doesn't break my sub. Afterwards, we did talk about the battle a little bit, and he did mention that he thought Dragon Tail would phase you out regardless if there was a Substitute or not. Unfortunately for him, that's not the case, and oddly enough, my Kyurem was just well EV'd enough to take an enemy Dragon Tail behind a sub, which is, you know, it was pretty lucky, honestly. But I mean, I just ran enough HP so that I wouldn't, my sub wouldn't get broken by a Seismic Toss. So I mean, I don't know. So Dragon Tail's not going to be breaking my sub. I'm just going to going for Freeze Dries. I do have Metrodome, so I want to get those stacked up. Dragon Tail does break my sub on this turn. I think I just go for another Substitute again. as he goes for Wish, and then I think I go for Roost as he goes to Aegislash. Yeah. So, on this turn, like, I'm just gonna click Earth Power, right? So there's no reason not to. I get some good damage here. He obviously didn't go for Flash Cannon, breaking my sub. I'm just gonna go for I'm gonna go for Substitute again as he goes for Mew. And here is where I realize that I cannot stay in. If I stay in, then Mew is going to start setting up, and like I can't let that happen. Well, I think I stay in for one turn just in case. Because, like, I was not expecting Flame Orb, I'm going to be honest. I was expecting Leftovers or whatever. But it does make sense, because if he doesn't want to get status by anything else, Flame Orb is a good option. So he does reveal Cosmic Power as I just go for Freeze Dry, trying to see what he's doing. Not doing much, so I'm going to hard switch here into my Koopa as he goes for Roost to get back up to full. At this point, he's a little bit scared of my Koopa. So, obviously, Mew's not super set up yet. He can't really take Dark Pulses. So he's going to switch into Skunk Tank here. I get some good chip off with Dark Pulse. Doing 34, pretty good. I'm just going to go Heartlanders here as he goes for the Foul Play, I believe. Yeah, Foul Play, which does good damage against me. And then I'm just going to go for Earthquake. Again, no Earthquake immunities means I can just get a nice little Earthquake here. I couldn't Swords Dance here because I knew Kamo was the switch in. And if he switched in on my Swords Dance, then I can't get any damage off other than a +2 U-turn, which wasn't going to be doing much. So I just went for a hard Earthquake, getting some good chip on the Kamo. He goes for Protect here to get Leftovers Recovery. But, honestly, that doesn't really help. That's the same as if both of us kind of got... We both got Leftovers Recovery anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I go to Lando, and he finally gets up his rocks. I'm just going to go for these... Did I go for Earthquake here? I went for Earthquake here. Because basically, I just did not want... I did not want Aegislash coming in for free, so I just want to get some good chip on it. He does go Licky Licky here, though. I just go Roto Wash here as he goes for a Wish, I believe. Yep. And I think I clicked Full Switch as he switches out into Skunk Tank, yes. So I think if I Hydro Pump there, I actually would have been able to kill it. But I was expecting Aegislash to come in, which would have been... If it was max HP specs, it would have been able to take the Hydro Pump behind Shield Form, so I might as well just like go for Full Switch and see what he goes to. He just goes Skunk Tank though, which actually kind of was risky at least. Just because if I did Hydro Pump there, he would have died, and then the Wish would have been useless. But anyway, it's all good. Because I think he said he misclicked on this turn, so the Skunk Tank, he didn't mean to stay in on the Skunk Tank. Gets Landorus, and then yeah, so I get a free kill with Lando here. Get some health leftovers. Kamo comes back in. I think I just go straight for U-turn. I think he goes for Body Press on this turn. It's doing a good amount of damage. I'm just gonna get a Psychic off, get some good chip off before I sack my Bronzong to get a free switch in for my Mega Beedrill. So I go to Mega Beedrill here on the Protect. Fortunately for him, Protect will not save him. Beedrill, if he was like max defense, I think it was a roll at this range. But if he was like a standard Kamo, standard defensive Kamo, which runs like 140 plus defense, like he was gonna get cleanly killed by Poison Jab here, and so I just go for the Poison Jab. I get the kill. I don't know if I don't think he could have. It was a low chance for him to live, I believe, but I could be wrong. I didn't really calc it. Next up, we got Licky Licky. I just go for U-turn, get some good damage off. Actually, yeah, so if I did calc this, I think Poison Jab had a chance to kill, but it wasn't likely, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go for U-turn. I'm not gonna stay in on a possible body slam or whatever. I go to Landorus here, and he actually goes for Dragon Tail, and then it brings back my Beedrill, so I'm like, well, at this point, I might as well just get my free kill, so I just go for knockoff. I kill the Licky Licky. He goes to Aegislash. I know that if he specs, and even if he's plus attack, well, he can't be plus attack. I know he's modest specs, or at least modest specs. He could be like any other plus special attack minus something besides attack. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I know. I basically point is Shadow Sneak will not knock me out of this range, so I'm just gonna go for my free a little knockoff and get my chip. Oh, not my chip, my kill. So yeah, he goes to Diancie here. Poison Jab would kill any non-HP invested, like non-bulky Diancie, Mega Diancie. So I just stay in a Poison Jab. He has a lot of bulk though, because he lived with that pretty comfortably. Unfortunately for him, I get the poison off. which means that his rock polish is not gonna go very well for him. Rotom would have been able to live any hit from the Diancie afterwards anyways, so it didn't really matter in this game all too much. He would have gotten maybe 1 or 2 more kills, but in the end, you know, I mean, Pokemon does have luck, and I just happened to get that 30%, which is good for me. So here I'm just being safe, sack my Beedrill, just in case he tries to do any funny shenanigans, and then it's the Mew against the world. Here I should have went for Dark Pulse, because that's the smart play. But I was just like, I'm gonna trick. Tricking it. I did in fact trick with my Choice Scarf, just because like I just wanted to make sure I could not set up and win, right? Like maybe this Mew ungodly was able to take 2 Dark Pulses from me after 1 Cosmic Power, then somehow win the game. Like I just didn't want to risk that. Turns out like I don't think there's like any way that could have happened though, because I already knew that this Mew is faster than my Kyurem, which means it already had to have a lot of speed in it, which means it doesn't have enough HP and Spadef to live any sort of like Dark Pulse, modest Scarf Dark Pulses from Hoopa. So I could have saved more differential if I just went for Dark Pulse, but whatever. He goes for Bug Buzz. I kind of expected him to have that, just because you know Hoopa is on my team, and so basically just the main result is that I get 1 less point in terms of differential against this England Ampharosis here. Or Isaac. So yeah, at this point the game's over. He's locked into Bug Buzz, which basically anything on my team can eat up and just do damage back. I just go to Rotom to get this last kill. I go for Hydro Pump, and then I go for False Cheer just to guarantee that I get the last hit, and that ends the game. So, you know, overall, you know, we got a nice little 3-0 here. So yeah, I still haven't lost the game, but I feel like it's coming soon. Next week, I'm fighting against the guy who's running Sand plus Volcarona and Feeny and Slowking Galarian. How in the heck did he get all these Pokemon? I'm very, very scared and very excited. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to... I don't care if you subscribe. I don't know. I don't know why I keep saying this. But, you know, thank you for watching, though. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.